This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of September 6th, 2021. Huge developments, bookend the week. We're coming into contact with huge power, secrets, gigantic forces that evade conscious understanding or control. So it could be your own obsessions, the beasties that fly around in your psyche. It could involve huge displays of power around you or in the news. The first phase of this has us focusing our energies in an extremely fine-tuned way, streamlined, tackling things that possibly scare the daylights out of us, and getting results with amazing efficiency and efficacy. Mars in painstaking Virgo is in an easy flow of a trine to Pluto in Capricorn. There could be a reprioritizing coming out of this. There could be something involving the masculine archetype and exposing its power plays. It won't be subtle, whatever it is. And at the end of the week, we are expanding, growing, having some kind of evolved concept of what is possible in our lives and in our communities as a result of the contact with these deep, secretive, powerful, mysterious forces. Now, back to the beginning of the week, this first phase also comes with a huge sense of change in yourself, some aspect of your being liberated, being freed from a millstone that's been around your neck. I'm reminded of something that came up with a client recently involving the devil card in the tarot, and particularly the illustration of it that's in Pamela Coleman Smith's Rider-Waite version of it, where there are two individuals, a man and a woman, naked, and they're chained to a post on which the devil is standing. But if you look at the chains around their neck, the loops are extremely wide, and they could take the chains into their own hands and lift the chain that has yoked them to the devil, lift it off their heads and walk away. Something does that with us, to us, for us at the beginning of the week. Suddenly you are freed, you are liberated, something is lighter, and you have the ability to tackle something in a bigger, more expansive way. Perhaps you actually implement something that is a blow for the future, or it shows optimism. This leads us into the Virgo new moon, which is in the evening of the 6th and the morning of the 7th, depending on where you are on the planet. This new moon in Virgo, marking a fresh start, a new beginning in very productive, useful, concrete areas. And it is fused through with Uranian energy. So there's something wildly unexpected, unconventional, unusual, perhaps unprecedented about this. Whatever we now feel freer to do, we are implementing that. We are incorporating that into the next new phase of how we go about running our daily lives. There's a tinkering in thinking that goes along with this as well, because Mercury, which rules thought processes, information flow, how we think, Mercury is in an adjustment aspect with Uranus. So we've got heavy Uranian energy going on all week. It's like we're walking through a lightning field. The lightning is lighting up different aspects of life. We're seeing things we hadn't seen before. We're seeing possibilities that maybe weren't getting our attention before. And this blast on the 10th flips a switch inside of us, changes our thinking, changes our perspective, probably in an instant. As this happens, our social mode undergoes a change. We are shifting from general sociability and a desire to play nice and communicate and la 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 with Venus in her home base of Libra and moving into getting really serious, committing to a couple of things and going very, very deeply into them. Venus enters Scorpio on the 10th and stays there until the end of the first week of October. She was last there in October and November 2020 and October 2019, and it might be interesting to watch for parallels to those times. Regardless, there's an intensity that will be, and that now is, taking over what we want, where we want to spend our time, who we want to interact with, an intensity and a selectivity, a paring down that is somewhat a parallel to the very beginning of the week, which takes us to the weekend bookend of Jupiter in an uncomfortable aspect with Pluto in Capricorn, possibly needing to upgrade, update, change, adjust our sense of community, our friendship, our networks. Jupiter is retrograde in Aquarius and traveling over territory that he was last in early May. He's going to cross this space again in early November. So this is the middle of a three-part dance. You may not be able to tie this to specific events in your life or developments, but you will no doubt feel something bothering you that you can't just brush aside and that is demanding that you adapt and step up and change the way you are dealing with something. Homing thought of the week. Open my mind and eyes. Song of the week, A Whole New World from Aladdin. Yeah, I know, hell has frozen over once again, Disney. And the image of the week is Dr. Frankenstein animating his creation, and it may help to use the Gene Wilder, Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein version of this. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the month of September and the Virgo new moon, both of which are already up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio at 5 p.m. Eastern on the first and third Monday of every month, which means this Monday. And I'm going to be doing a forecast marathon for the rest of the year involving Western astrology and Eastern techniques with the help of the intuitive interior, Beverly Biehl, no relation that we know. I host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram at @KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.